Hey, welcome to Everything Money. In this video, we're going down two paths to show you the difference of making efforts of getting rich quick or getting rich slow. We are a value investing channel. We invest in a certain way, in a certain style, and we have a process we've been trying to share with you over the past 3 years. If your current process might just be looking at random ticker symbols and throwing money into it, or really trying to get rich quick on altcoins, Shiba Inu, things of this nature, we offer a contrarian view on how to invest like a couple guys who own over $100 million in real estates, multiple businesses, and stocks. We will show you our software and the retirement calculator, how you can utilize both tools moving forward to get control of your finances. I give you Paul Gabriel and his insights on how to get rich one of two ways. Go ahead, Paul.
So first off, follow us on Instagram. We have a new Everything Money Investing Instagram account, and then also follow our personal accounts because it makes us feel warm and fuzzy. Guys, one of the books I recommend everybody read is The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. It is a great book. And one of the main things that he talks about in the book is Warren Buffett, at the age of 65,
I love this,
was worth $3.5 billion, which is an obscene amount of money. He's now 91 or so, and he's worth like 88 billion or something. So it took him, he started his career in his 20s. It took him 40 years to get 8.5 billion, and it took him 26 years to get 95% of his net worth, right? He also talks about in the book that what matters isn't the returns you get, it's how long you are invested for. The sooner you start and the longer you stay in, the more money you'll have. There's an old statement that everybody talks about. If you start investing at the age of 22 and invest for 10 years and then stop,
I love this.
Something like if you invest $10,000 a year or $5,000 a year for 10 years and stop, but then at the age of 32, you start investing even and then same amount and go for retirement, you'll have more money the first method because it's all about starting early. What I'm going to show you right now is our retirement calculator.
Yeah, so as I tease, we'll show you the retirement calculator in our software and how you can start comparing processes and plans moving forward. Go ahead, Paul.
All right, so here's our retirement calculator and our tools. Now, the purpose of this calculator, and I'll make it a little bit smaller so I can get everything on the same page. The purpose of this calculator is most retirement calculators stop upon retirement. And you sit there and go, oh my God, I have $3 million. I'm going to be great. You got to remember, with how much people are going to start living longer and longer as time goes on, you need to make sure your money can last you your lifetime. I did something for somebody the other day where it showed them having $7 million at retirement and then being broke in 15 years. And they're like, and a regular retirement calculator would say, oh, you have 7 million, you're all good. But if you're spending too much and want to live a certain lifestyle you can't do, that's what matters. And the biggest, so let's start with this. Let's say you start at the age of 35 and you retire at 65. And your current savings is zero, and you're saving $15,000 a year. Actually, let's call it $20,000 a year, maxing out your 401k. And every year, you're going to increase by 3% a year. Annualized returns. Let's say you do an ETF and get the 10% that the market's gotten over the last 150 years. Mm-hmm. And during retirement, you take a little bit more conservative approach, and maybe now you're getting 5% return. What age do you expect to live to? Let's call it 100. And inflation is 3.5%. Now, let's say your current income is $100,000 a year. And what percentage of your income do you want to have in retirement? This is where other retirement calculators stop short. You have to live a certain lifestyle in your retirement. Most people have to decrease their lifestyle in retirement. I don't think I want to live a retirement life and go, hey, I'm going to live the exact same lifestyle. So I'm going to call it 100% of my income in retirement. I hit the generate button. It says no. You need to save around $12,000 more per year.
Yikes.
To get there. Now, let's say you start at the age of 25. Now, I'm going to keep the income as $100,000, even though it's not going to affect how much you save. It's going to affect the lifestyle you live. Even though you're not making $100,000, I want you to live the lifestyle of $100,000 a year in retirement. I'm going to change the annual savings to $10,000. I'm cutting it in half. By the way, I haven't looked at anything yet. I don't know what this is going to spit out. Generate. No, you don't have enough to save, but now, all you need to save now is only $6,300 more per year. That's it. So before, we were saving $20,000 and need to save $12,000 more per year. Now, we save $10,000 and only need to save $6,300 more per year. So saving less, starting earlier, makes you more money than saving more later on in life. Just think about that. 10 more years of retirement, and instead of doing $32,000 you need to retire, you only need to do $16,000 in savings, half the amount of money to get a better result. That's the key, guys. That's what matters most here. Time is what matters most. Now, let's do something else. Let's say your returns are 8% at $10,000 in savings, and you want to live 75% of the lifestyle. Let's keep it 100%. If you get 8% returns, you need to save $10,000 a year plus the $16,000 you're cut short. So $27,000 a year.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's a lot. But let's say at the age of 35 you started and you did that same 8% and you're saving $20,000 a year. Boy, you need to save $51,000 a year making 8% returns. Oof. Versus $27,000.
It's incredible how a couple percentage points changes everything.
A couple percentage points changes everything and the amount of time you spend saving. Mm-hmm. Starting early, you can get away with even a lot less return. So in the book, Morgan Housel talks about, I assume a return that is very low because I want to oversave. Because he has learned that the more you save, the earlier you do it, the better off you are. Be more conservative in your assessments and you will save. Now, here's the other thing though. I want everybody to remember. Let's go back to our example. Let's assume something reasonable, age 30, and you're going to get 9% return and you're saving $20,000, boom. Okay, so let's assume you have to actually save the $28,000 a year. So you'll have enough from retirement. Congratulations, you have enough from retirement. Now here's the key here. I want everybody to see. Look at the right-hand side here. It's your ending balance. Age of 30 and going down. Look at how it grows. Look at how it grows. At the age of 44, you hit $1 million, essentially. So it takes you 14 years to hit $1 million. Your next million, you hit in 6 years, 6 more years. Your next million, you hit in 4 more years. It is this kind of growth. And then when you hit retirement at the age of 65, look how much you have in the bank. $9.2 million. It took you 14 years to get your first million. 14 years to get your first million. In the next 21 years, you grew 9 more times.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm. That's the whole key about getting rich versus getting rich quick versus getting rich slow. Everybody wants to feel like, oh, I picked the next Tesla. I picked this, guys. Find me one person who went off of no process and just picked the quick flyers and did it and who's around still today.
Dogecoin daddy?
Great. We'll wait 10 more years and see where that person is.
Yeah, that's what it is. See if they're
20
still
more
around.
years.
Exactly.
I see. So it's not just what happened in the past couple years.
I always tell people, find me the money manager from 20 years ago who's a .com money manager who's around today that I know about. No one. Get rich quick versus get rich slow. Guess what? I don't believe in get rich quick. Get rich quick does not exist. Because even if you manage to get rich quickly, and in that book, The Psychology of Money, it happens, you end up skipping $1,000 coins across the water, you end up broke. And the janitor in the book was worth $8 million. The guy who made $100 million was broke.
Remember, success needs to be done in the right way.
Yes.
Because if you get success and you're lucky, you think that that's what success is, then you keep trying that, and then it's just a downward spiral into those things not working because it was pure luck.
Do you find this with your trades, Mo? Same thing?
Yeah, I'm in a downward spiral in life right now, so.
No, you're trade.
No, you don't, because there's a process behind the trade. So, you do the same thing over and over again, but it's a process that works over and over again. So it just keeps compounding in the positive direction instead of the negative one. So having a process and being successful in something that you should be successful at and not getting lucky, that's why the trading works.
Paul, it seems like a lot of very, very normal folks think that having Bitcoins and altcoins in their current portfolio is a very, very standard, obvious measure in helping and getting rich much sooner.
So unfortunately, my response to that is it's going to take some pain for you to realize that's not the case. It will take pain that I've seen by studying history, started with the tulip craze 400, 500 years ago, and end up being so many different asset bubbles. I always talk about the person in 2006. I know somebody who's selling a home in Miami, Florida, for $375,000. They bought it for 425 in 06. Miami has skyrocketed in population. All these things have happened. They bought at the wrong time because of an overpriced market, and it took a very heated real estate market now to even get 375 today. So they bought it 425 in 2006. It took a massively overpriced, very, very good market to get even 375 today. If I told them in 06, after they saw real estate prices double in Miami in 15, 16 months previous, and I said to them, you're not going to sell this property for more money than you're paying for it today, 15 years from now, they would have thought I'm crazy. And you might sit there and say, well, that's one example. No, it's every example of every overpriced asset in history. It happens every single time. The process might be different, but it always ends up happening. The path, how long it takes, et cetera, always ends up happening.
How did we get to a state, we're going to dinner tonight, and the bartender at this restaurant, the last time I was there, I asked him, does he invest? No. Are you into coins? Yes. How did we get to a state, Mo, where the normal human being who knows jack nothing about investing is so positively thinking about cryptocurrencies? Because
they don't have anything else to base it off of except seeing crypto go from basically zero in 2010 or whatever to 60,000 to 100,000, whatever it got to. It doesn't matter. They've never seen it come down. And when they see it come down, it comes down for 30 days and it goes right back up. Goes with any company.
Well, no, it came down for longer than that, and guess what? They ignored it at that point. And then all of a sudden, momentum builds, and all of a sudden, look, we know somebody who just texted the other day and said, I'm starting a crypto fund. And we were just like...
And when you look at companies that are doing it, it's the same thing. They've only in the past decade, you've only seen the market as a whole just keep going up, 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 with the exception of a couple of little blips, but one big blip, which was COVID, and 30 to 60 days, it turned right around. Like nothing happened. So
okay, guys, this is an interesting concept. One of my final questions would be then, Paul, say I'm not 25 and maybe I'm in my late 30s. I haven't had the money to invest. I got to make up some time here. I might be retiring here soon, and so do I then start YOLOing into some coins, or what process would I follow if I need to really speed up the process of quote unquote getting rich?
Very simple. Save more money. I know it sucks. But the reality is, what was that?
That's always tough to hear.
Then you have to just save more money. Because at the end of the day, even if you YOLO and you make a lot of money, it could be one of the worst things that happens to you because you'll think it's easy and then it might cost you more down the road. It probably will cost you more down the road. Success is the worst teacher of lessons. That's the problem. And you're going to sit there and go, well, I bought Bitcoin, I bought this, I made a ton of money, I'm just going to go buy more. And then when finally everybody's trying to leave the theater that's on fire, you're going to be the last one stuck because you're going to be like, oh no, it worked out before. It's happened so many. I remember in 2000, one of my dads had a friend who was a doctor, and he told me he had a $5 million internet.com a bank account. And when I saw him again, I go, what is that now? He goes, less than 50 grand. He lost over 99% of his money. And he was very like, yeah, he's like, I lost over 99%. It's less than 50 grand right now.
Jeez.
That happens. And luckily, he's a doctor who makes a lot of money. He can recover from that. But if you're not that way, unfortunately, there's only two ways to invest. Make more returns or save more money, right? The make more returns is a scary part because you start chasing it. The worst thing that can happen to you is chasing it, and all of a sudden you get the wrong deal, and it worked out for the wrong reasons, and you keep applying that same process, you're going to end up losing.
So historically, if two people try to chase the exciting things that are, as opposed to going slow, tortoise versus hare, who wins?
Go do research, guys. Go research everybody who tried to go research the history of young kids and amateurs making a lot of money in investments and how it ends up going. When everybody's doing something, it's not possible for everybody to be an expert in crypto. It's not possible for everybody to make a ton of money in crypto. It's not possible for everybody to make a lot of money in stocks. It's not possible for everybody to make a lot of money in real estate on any short given period of time. That's just the way it is. I always tell people about real estate. You buy real estate, you wake up 10 years from now, you look at your bank account, you look at your real estate, what you own it, what's it worth, and you're like, holy cow, I just made a lot of money. But it takes time. You don't see it day in and day out. It just takes time. And as boring as that sounds, guys, this isn't the way to do it on YouTube, but this is the reality. It just takes time. That's it.
In the end, folks, we're hoping at this channel that this might be a lifeline to you. If you felt alone out there, maybe you came across this video. I'm guessing it's hard to find this video amongst all the Shiba Inu hype and Dogecoin hype videos. But if you found us and this starts to resonate with you, watch more videos, and we can transfer this mindset into all of your investments. So that's our take on who wins. We think the slow and steady pace will get you there, and it's much more.
We know it does.
We know.
I'm not even for me. It's not even a we think. We know it does. I don't know anybody who made money very quickly with no process who kept money.
Kept money.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, that's our take. Thanks for watching us. Fondle thumbs up. See you in the next video.